Hello everyone, good morning. Okay, so sorry for the delay guys because of the previous batch. Little bit we are starting late. Okay, fine. So I would like to complete today the entire Jenkins topic, right? Yesterday we discussed about how we can trigger the build. How many ways are there, in fact, to trigger the build, right? Through the Git integration, Jenkins, Jenkins integration is important. Even Maven integration is important that we have discussed yesterday. Today, I will be talking about the pipeline concept, which is the last topic as a tester you should know. How we can create a pipeline, how we can simple start our jobs, okay, upstream, downstream, and all. All the jobs are important to know. So just have a look, okay, the concept. Coming to the pipeline, okay, just let me show you. If you search for Jenkins pipeline, because I'm not having the PPT right now with me, I have shifted my machine. So let me just show you direct definition. Okay, what is the Jenkins pipeline means? If you can see here, technically Jenkins, it's a technical definition actually. Jenkins pipeline is a set of plugins, okay, within a Jenkins. And that allows you to define, execute continuous integration, delivery, a pipeline as a code. And actually it uses internally one file that's called Jenkins file. But technical meaning is different. And actually the real meaning is what does mean by pipeline? See, we have discussed Jenkins is completely CI/CD tool, right? Through the Jenkins, you are able to run continuous integration, continuous delivery, and the deployment. So series of step means what? See, developer develop the code, and then they build the code. Agree? After building, we can go for testing. After test, we can go for delivery, and then we can go for what? Deployment. So these are the series of steps that we have in one particular process. When it comes to the pipeline, this term, pipeline means if you set this all the process in one line, means okay, whenever the build job is completed, we need to move to the tester job. Whenever test is completed, we can move to the delivery and deployment job. Then this is called what? Whenever series of step we do, okay, one by one, after one process we are completing with the next process, that's actually called pipeline. But in terms of Jenkins, the group of plugins, because for building we need a separate plugin, for testing we need a separate plugin, and the tools also different. Agree? For building generally we use Maven. How the developer build the project? Using Maven. How tester test the project? Absolutely, either it's your Cypress, Selenium, any framework, and we are using TestNG here. Correct? Currently, this is our framework which we are using. For delivery deployment also, they need a different plugin. The group of plugins is nothing but the pipeline. That's a technical definition. But in a simple word, if you wanted to perform series of steps, okay, one by one, then it is called pipeline. Guys, three main steps only you need to remember. How we build the job, how we test that job, and how we deploy the job. That's it. That is important. So what I'm going to do now, I'll show you first to define a pipeline. What I wanted to do, whenever build a job is completed successfully, this is my first job. If this job is completed successfully, then only it should directly execute tester job. Are you getting my point? After test job is completed successfully, it should continue with the deployment job. So guys, very first we need to understand how we can make job chaining. Okay? In Jenkins, how we can simple chain the jobs together. And then I will show you the second step. If you wanted to design pipeline, how to design the pipeline for the jobs. Are you getting my point? So job chaining, first of all, I will be covering today. Like if you are having three jobs together or multiple jobs together, right? How you can set up that, okay, after build only I wanted to run test. After test only I wanted to run deploy job. And for that, what the setup we need to do. So just one minute. Pipeline, technically, it's a group of plugins that we are using. But technical definition, and when you talk about the simple one, it's all about just group of statements we are running together. That's called pipeline. And here you can see that image also they have mentioned. So somewhere, everywhere, pipeline meaning is, different steps we can see and different processes we can see. So see how the actual pipeline, okay, they have mentioned. So whenever it comes to the pipeline example, see this is how the Jenkins environment we have. Everybody is working on different environment, right? But coming to the pipeline structure, this is how they design the pipeline. I mean, they define the pipeline structure. Means, guys, see, as a tester, you are responsible for this part, okay? Testing part. You are not responsible for continuous deployment, okay, or any other optional or SCM part. Whenever, as soon as the code get okay pushed here by the developer in SCM, means in Git, right? We can build the developer can build the project and immediately we can okay run that entire project. So we can perform unit testing, integration testing, right? After that, we can again pass it to the particular container. Here you can see that it's a Docker again. Why we need a Docker, we will see that later. But yes, there are continuous containers they are using, which will allow us to do continuous testing also. So whenever you are okay, entire what we can say software is working fine, then some other stuff like okay, database suppose you have any server interaction you have, then you can able to continue with that integration. So it's all about testing, unit testing and integration testing. Once it is done, we are ready with the delivery, right? Then we can deploy the product. So basically, series of steps we are running in a one line, right? One by one, we are completing those steps. This is called pipeline flow. Okay. But how we can do this? Let's have a look. So very first, we need to start a Jenkins. Okay. So when you write localhost colon 8080, right? That is the address for current Jenkins, which I have set on this machine. But you can see initially I'm not able to access it. Why? Because there is a reason. I told you how to open Jenkins. Everyone, what to do? The file where you have stored in your machine. From that location, open the Jenkins. Means if I open C drive. In this C drive, I store the file here under folder Jenkins. From this location, you need to open command prompt. And there you can write a command java-jar Jenkins, okay, Jenkins dot war file. And then the server will start it. Minimize this folder, open the browser, and now look for the Jenkins. Let this open properly. Let me log in. Okay, now see. So already we created these jobs, right? But today we need to understand about first how we can set the jobs upstream, downstream, and what exactly that concept it is. So guys, it's very simple process. Let me show you with the very basic step first. Suppose I will create a new project, okay? And it's a, let me just write a freestyle project. Any job you can design, right? So it's a very simple command I wanted to run only. So I'm just creating freestyle project. I will be writing, this is the build job. Okay, build job. And for build job, I will be taking this freestyle project. Okay, freestyle project. And I will say, okay. Just to understand this only the topic first. Okay, understand the flow. Suppose I'm writing, this is build job. Okay, and description. And then guys, I'm using a simple batch command. Okay, so build step we can implement here. Windows batch command I'm using. And I just wanted to show you a message, echo. Then I'm writing, this is build job executing. Okay, just have a look. This is a build job executing. And let me apply, let me save. So one job is ready, that's my build job. Okay, I'm not running it at this moment. Let me create one more job. New item. I'm just writing test job. Fine. Again, freestyle project. I'll click on OK. I'm giving a description. This is test job. Okay. And please have a look what I wanted to do at this moment. So if I can show you my board, I have created build job first, right? Now for test job, I need to make the setup that after build, tester should execute automatically. So here again, the way build trigger we have to follow. What I'm going to do, I will come to this trigger part. How we can trigger this build? So you can see this message, option. Build after other projects are built. So I need to use this one, right? I wanted to run test job after build job only. Then I will be selecting this one and it will ask me, okay, which project you wanted to run first. So I just wanted to run build a job first. Everyone clear? Okay, let me write build job. Oh, build job. Done. This is the project I wanted to run first. So guys, what I'm exactly doing, I'm creating new job, which is a tester job, but I'm writing when the test should trigger after the project build a job. Means whenever build job is completed, after that only I need to run this tester job. And you can set the criteria also. When you wanted to trigger it, trigger if only build is stable. Absolutely. If previous build is stable, then only I wanted to trigger it. But suppose you wanted to trigger every time, maybe it is unstable, maybe previous build is failed, and still you wanted to run, then you can choose this option. But I am writing very strict. If my first build is run properly, then only I wanted to trigger this job. Okay. And then I will come down and I will just add a batch step. What I wanted to run. So I just wanted to run one message. Echo is the command for that. Print the message. And I'm writing, okay, test job is executing. Fine. Test job is executing. Great. And let me do apply. Let me do save. So guys, first point is clear. How I have connected the two jobs together. And if you observe on the screen, what you are able to see. Upstream project, build a job. Upstream means what and downstream means what? Guys, people will ask you this kind of questions on Jenkins. Upstream job means any job which is running, okay, first. That job is called upstream. Means before test, what is the first job will run? Test job. Build a job. Correct? Now let me show you one more job. Because after test is completed, I would like to go for deployment. Okay, cool. Then we can come back. We can again create a new item. Here I will write, okay, this time it's a deploy job. Great. So I'm just writing a simple message, deploy job. And I'm writing freestyle project again. And let me show you. So here I'm writing, this is deploy job. Okay, deploy job. Great. And I wanted to set the trigger also. Because when I wanted to run deployment, only after test. So here I'm writing test job. Is this clear? After test job only, I wanted to, when the job is stable, then I wanted to run this, right? Okay, great. And in deploy job, also, I will add one message. The one command I'm running from that job, you can run Java program, you can run other stuff, that is okay. I'll show you that part. Actually, we are not a developer, so this part you need to understand with respect to testing. I'll show you how you can, okay, pipeline the jobs together whenever it comes to the testing part, right? But focus. This time, what I'm going to do is, I will be writing again same message, echo, and I'm writing deploy, deploy job is executing. Okay, done. At this moment, always remember the step now. What happened? Whenever I say after build, execute the test job, means for test job, build is a upstream job. Clear? Build is a upstream job. But for tester job, after test deployment will run, so deployment will be considered as a downstream job. Similarly for build, there is no upstream. Upstream is not there. But after build, it will run. So build have downstream job, which is a tester job. Are you understanding this terminology? Downstream means what? Upstream means what? Means which one is executing before and after that job. So once I click on apply and if I save it, look at the screen. I'm getting deploy job. Now tester job is what? Upstream project. This time everyone, now all the jobs I have make it in a line. I have just created upstream, downstream, right? So if I can open tester job directly, you will able to see both now. For tester job, upstream project is what? Build job. Downstream project is what? Deploy job. Are you getting my point? So as soon as I start execution of build, what will happen? Automatically build is successful. Test and downstream, test and deployment both will work. Are you getting my point? So see, so far I haven't executed any job, right? Let's run now. So what I'm going to run first, I will be running build a job first. See, there is no build execution right so far, but for build a job, we know that downstream job is what? Test a job. Okay, so let me run build first. Please have a look. As soon as build is started here, okay, it's here you will able to see that notification that build is started. But if you can come to the dashboard, what you are able to see here? Queue. What build is in queue? Whenever build is run, test is in queue. When test is running, deployment is the queue. And see, whenever all these three jobs running, the build queue option will be empty. See, no build in the queue now. Are you getting my point? Means our every job is executing, and if you can check the status, if I come to the build job direct, see the status. What the status I'm getting, this is executed successfully. Okay, let me come to test a job then. See my test job also executed successfully. If I come to the deployment job then, my deployment job is also executed successfully. But this is not a pipeline. I have just shown you upstream and downstream related to project. First, tell me how you can link the jobs together. It is clear? Yes, everyone? Mm-hmm. Yes, reply. Is this clear? How you can make a jobs? I mean, you can just set the jobs together. This is how. First job, second job, third job, you can set. But still, it is not a pipeline. How I'm running the code? I'm just checking for independent job, no? When I come to deploy, and if you just open this, okay, whenever you come to the deployment job, and if you can see this, what is the job status? Then you will see the console output. That okay, first of all, test a job run, build a job run, and then it is started by the user, and then this is how deployment job is executing. You are just getting that message in the console. Correct? If I come back to the dashboard, if I open build a job, and if you click on that build number, okay, only one time we have executed. So when you click on the build number, what you can see build job is executing, and then it will automatically trigger test a job. Why? Because test is after build, it will execute. So this is not pipeline, now. I'm not able to see one shot in a one shot all these examples, all these status, right? But how we can create a pipeline then? Let me show you. This is the main topic. Every job is running in a link, but in one display. Okay, I just have one display where I can see all the steps are running together. Build first, then test, and then deploy. So there are two types of pipeline I will be covering. Pipeline through the language, means through the scripting part. And the pipeline who can design directly with the plugin. Okay, the plugin part is quite easy. But whenever we start the pipeline with the scripting, please have a look what scripting you need to follow. Again, you are not responsible to design the pipeline. Understand the point. But suppose tomorrow you start with any, let's say, startup organization. In that case, as a tester, you should know all this concept and you can able to design your own pipeline also. And that's the reason it is important. So guys, now in the latest Jenkins, our process are very, very simple. So let's have a look how to create a pipeline. So now we come back to dashboard. If you understand three jobs and how we can link it together, then it is very easy to run the pipeline now. Focus. What I'm going to do first, I will create a new pipeline. So I'm just writing here pipeline, pipeline for jobs. Okay. Pipeline just for jobs. Just have a look. This is the first pipeline where we are running the jobs together. The pipeline for jobs one. And this time I'm just designing the pipeline, right? So you need to select this option, pipeline option. Okay. It says that it orchestrates long running activities that can span multiple build agents, suitable for building the pipeline, formally known as workflow, organizing complex activities and do not fit easily, right? But in freestyle job type. So you can design a pipeline. So currently we can see that we are running the freestyle job, but the problem is I cannot able to see all the status in one line. Okay, it is just I'm executing first job. Whenever first is completed, then I'm running second job, something like that. But when you say or when you design a pipeline, it's quite easy to run all the jobs. Please have a look. If I go to this option, pipeline, give a name, select the pipeline and click on OK. Okay, so this is a pipeline for job one, right? And let me design the description. This is first pipeline for running, okay, multiple jobs, right? Okay. I have given a description. What to do next? How we can trigger? Okay, we don't need to trigger from GitHub and all. I'm running directly from my projects. No problem at all. But here comes the main part. Whenever you talk about pipeline, you need to understand that how we can run the pipeline. By default, it's a Groovy syntax. Internally, they follow. But pipeline is possible in two ways, okay? Either you can run a script directly from your GitHub, or you can run through the pipeline from the Jenkins directly. So technically, what is a Jenkins file? Whenever you write a pipeline script in the some text file, that called Jenkins file. So there are the ways, like we can keep Jenkins file inside the GitHub, and we can run the pipeline directly from the GitHub also. Okay. But now we need to understand from this one. Okay, it's very simple. How to create a pipeline. Guys, in the latest Jenkins, you will find this option, try sample pipeline. And they have given multiple pipeline. Okay, GitHub Maven also there, scripted pipeline is there. Let me just show you Hello World pipeline. And what it is coming, just have a look. This is your pipeline with a declarative syntax. Remember, pipeline is available in two patterns, declarative and the scripted. This is declarative. You can see the syntax, okay? In the pipeline, how they have created, please have a look. Just a minute. Now see, in the pipeline, you can have what? Agent. Now who is agent? Agent means a node. From which node you are running that particular pipeline or particular process. So currently, I'm writing, like by default it is given any. Currently we are on the same machine. From same machine we wanted to run anything. But if tomorrow you are using some other node, you need to put that node information. But at this moment, that is fine. Agent any, that is fine. Coming to this part, these are the stages. Guys, in a pipeline, we have a multiple stage. So build is one stage, test is one stage, deployment is other stage. Agree? Now please have a look. So currently they have given simple hello stage. Stage name is hello. And what the hello stage will do? Okay, there can be many steps, but hello stage is just printing echo message. Are you getting my point? How the syntax they have given? And it's a ready-made. You just need to follow and you can convert it later. Depends on your requirement. So current syntax is just to hello stage. Okay, I'm not making change at this moment. Let me show you how this stage will work. So guys, suppose this is the syntax scripted, this particular declarative pipeline is ready. And now what I will do, I will just say apply and save it. This time guys, if you can see, currently the pipeline is ready. No data because pipeline has not run yet. So let's run it. Whenever I click on build now, and you should be able to see here that pipeline structure. So let this start, and can you see beautiful pipeline is ready? See, my pipeline is running, and there is only one stage, no, that you can see here. There is only one stage, hello. This is the first time I'm executing, and it just executed hello. Total time for execution it has taken, it is just printing some message, no? So it is just taken 215 milliseconds. Clear everyone? Means within a 4 second it is actually executed. And you can check the logs also. If you can click on the logs, it is showing that message, okay? Hello world. It is showing here in the logs. So this is the first pipeline that you designed only for a one stage. But now let me show you our pipeline. Let's say I will again come back to configure. And I wanted to modify this pipeline. What I'm going to do, please have a look. This is the first stage, okay? First, I will copy the complete stage syntax. And let me make the modification. I wanted to run build. My first stage is build the job, right? So I'm just writing build. And please have a look. Here I'm writing at this moment only messages. Focus. So building the project. Okay, this is the first pipeline stage. Then I will enter and I will add second stage. What is my second stage? I would like to add test stage. And what I'm writing here as a message, echo testing the project. Fine. And echo message is completed. Then I would like to add one more stage. That's a deployment. Deploy. And here I'm adding that stage, message. Okay. Deploying the project. Everybody clear? How I am creating stages? So whatever number of stages are in the pipeline you require, you can create that stages. At this moment, three stage I have created: build, test, deploy. Very simple. Let me do apply. Let me do save it. Now, guys, just have a look. As soon as I build the pipeline, okay, let me build it. What is happening? When you build the pipeline, second build is started, and look at the screen. Now you got three stages: build, test, and deploy. And currently there was just messages. So it is printing properly. Clear point? Every message is printing properly. Mhm. But what we are doing at the build level, see if I come to the build and we are able to see that log. It is just we are printing the message, building the project. Okay, tester pipeline will do what? Tester stage will testing the project. So when you come to the test, you will able to see log, and that log you can check. Correct? So these pipelines are performing certain steps. But I wanted to run the current project, whatever I design in the Jenkins, whatever I set in the Jenkins, I would like to run it. Can we do that execution then? Absolutely yes, no? Please have a look. If I come to the pipeline, I mean Jenkins dashboard. So guys, I have already created these many projects. If you can see, for our batch, we designed this project yesterday. Even we have learned about how we can integrate the project, right? This is from integration of GitHub. So we discussed yesterday. But this project I'm having, and I think, let me check the configuration, what I have written here. If I'm not wrong, yeah, we have executed with this remote, and here I'm running the test code. Okay. But this time, let me do one thing. I will change the setup. I'm just running this build. Okay, nothing else. So currently, this is the project I wanted to run through my pipeline. Hybrid framework, April 25. I wanted to run it through the pipeline. What you can do, guys? Please have a to run any project, because current pipeline is very simple. It is just running what? Current pipeline. Where is our pipeline? Let me open this one. So current pipeline is just printing the messages. But suppose through the messages, I mean through the pipeline, I wanted to run my projects. Then how to run it? Let me show you. If I come to the configure, now guys, to run any job, first of all, you need to understand syntax. In the stage, what to write? Currently, it is just a message, right? But to run actual build job, like we have created a project now, build job. How to run that build job from here, the build stage, that is what I'm going to show you. And for that, this part is required. Pipeline syntax. They have given special syntaxes. Whatever you want, you can follow from here. When you come to the syntax, here it will ask you sample step. What step you wanted to do? Is it you wanted to print only message? Is it you wanted to check out from the version control, git, anything at this moment? Or is it you wanted to run any batch script? No, I wanted to just run a job. Correct? So guys, this is my step. Build a job. Just you need to select that build a job. Which job you wanted to build? Select here that project name. So initially I'm writing build a job. Do you remember? I created this project now, build a job. So I'm selecting the same project. Whenever you add step, what to do, and whenever you add that project name to build, like any project you can take at this moment, I'm just starting with build the job. Then no need to set all these things, quit period and all. Just you need to click on this button, generate pipeline script. Okay. Again, I'm repeating. I'm trying to show you now, previously pipeline is executing only messages. But current jobs, whatever there in the Jenkins, if you wanted to run it, how you will run it. So for that, we need a script, right? And to generate that script, they have given this option also. Just come here, tell them what job you wanted to run. And when you just click on this generate script, you will get this message. See, I'm getting build job, okay, build, and the build is a command, and build job is my project name. I'll do what? I'll copy this. Everybody focus. I'll come to the pipeline and I'll come to the configuration better. I got that step now, what to do. So here, after echo, I'm just writing this one more command. Build job. Means what is this build job? It will run the current build which is available in my Jenkins. So I'm just trying to set up job here. Again under tester job. Suppose I wanted to build my test, right? So I'm writing with job. Absolutely, I need to write here build tester job. So whatever chain fashion I have shown you, now I'm trying to show you with the pipeline. I hope it is clear, right? And for deploy job, please have a look. Here I'm writing same command, build what? Deploy job. Okay, great. Now guys, let me apply and let me save it. So second iteration of the pipeline. Okay, how it will start? I mean, second time we have already run. First time is what? If you can check the status for the build, it is second time we are executing. If you come to the second console output, what you got? See, this is how the stages got executed. Correct? The very first, Jenkins started with build a state, a particular tester stage, and deploy stage, right? And this is how we got the result. But when I come to now again the pipeline, this time I have said accurate jobs. Let me run my third build. So now this time, if I just click on build now, please have a look. How the projects are running. See, third iteration started. Whenever build job is completed, it will go to the test job. You can see build is running at this moment. Whenever it complete, it goes to the test. And whenever test is complete, then only it will goes to the deployment. Clear? Hmm. Now I wanted to show you one more point. So currently in every job, I have just written simple messages. So it is quite easy to look for the answer, right? If I can come to the console output, have a look. Come to the console output. What you are getting? So you can see build job is completed and it is just messaging that particular, okay, like building the project. See, these messages we are getting, right? Testing the projects. And if you can see how the projects are upstream, downstream, based on that, you are able to see that messages too. And here I'm getting that particular pipeline. So every pipeline, every job is executing properly. So deploying jobs, okay, the building the job, and even we have started with what? Test job. Everything is completed. But guys, any job get failed, then what will happen? I wanted to show you that. So I will come back to dashboard. I will come back to test job. Okay, test job. And let me make it fail. So please have a look. Whenever I will come back to configure, I'll do one thing. I'll change here. I'm just writing here a wrong batch file. I mean wrong batch command. So do you know for Java version we write Java hyphen version. Correct? This is the command. This time what I'm going to do, I'm writing 3 times hyphen. Means some command is wrong. So echo message is correct, but command is wrong. Means this build will automatically fail. Got my point? Let me apply and let me save it. So I made a changes in my tester job. Now I will come back to pipeline and let me build it. Please have a look. Fourth iteration started. First build job is completed successfully. So it will move to the test job. One job is run, then only it will go to the tester job. Now test is running. But see the status. If tester goes fail, it will not move to the deploy. Can you see? Immediately what I got, test as soon as tester got failed, deploy job is automatically failed. Are you getting my point, everyone? If you can check the logs, it says that, okay, currently it is nothing to print because it is not executed actually. But if you can see the log for tester job, I'm having building tester job, okay, some kind of, okay, problem is there and it says that it is completed but completed with the failure. What kind of failures are there? You can see this. So command, whatever we have written, that got failed. If you can come to the console output, you will able to see that. See, tester job is running properly. But unrecognized option for these 3 hyphen virtual. This was a wrong command. And you know that. I have explicitly added that. Correct now? So I just wanted to show you this part that whenever any one job is getting failed and the next job which is totally depend on the previous job, automatically next job will be automatically failed. This is called failure. Everybody clear? But what I'm running at this moment, I'm just running my projects, a simple project. Let me do one thing. Building deployment, that's not your role. Now you wanted to run your hybrid framework with the tester job. How you will run it? Let me show you. Just take the framework name properly. I will copy this name properly. I will come to the dashboard, I mean in my pipeline. Let me configure the pipeline. See, previously I have written build this particular job and job name, right? Instead of tester job, let me write as it is. Test job. I'm keeping one more. Can we do multiple project build? Yes, no problem at all. Just write build And here, okay, here after space, you need to write your framework name. Currently from the test, I'm running two jobs. One is a very simple tester job, which is printing some message. And another one is what? The build job, which is my project. But again, make sure that tester job should not be failure. Okay. Means I will first apply it. I will save it. Very first, I will come back to tester job. Let me make it correction. Right. Previously, I did a wrong command, right? Now let me make that command proper. So basically, we found defect and we are trying to resolve it. Something like that. Okay. Yeah. And here, only correct command, Java hyphen version, or better, let me remove it, not required. Let me just say apply save. That's fine. So test a job, I have, okay, make a correction in the test. And even what I shown to you at this moment, when you come to the pipeline, in the pipeline, I have added the new project also. That currently from the test build, I wanted to run what? Or test stage, I wanted to run these two projects. Test a job and hybrid framework also. And let's see how we can build it now. So let this build first. As soon as build, next iteration will start it and see. It is the fifth time we are running the entire pipeline. The first build job is very simple, which is running fine, and you will see the result. Now let's have a look test job. We are running two parts, right? So this should execute my project also, my testing project also. So let's see how it is running. So in real time, this happened, right? We need to monitor the pipeline also, and this is how the pipeline internally works. Now, whatever project I have set over there, that will start execution. Yeah, can you see that? It's running Swag Lab application because I'm executing hybrid framework. So whenever this will complete, then it will go to the deployment. Clear, everyone? So it's very simple, right? When the test job is completed, see, now the deployment start. And this time you will get the stability in your build. Agree, previous build was not stable, but this build is now stable. Yeah, this is consistent pipeline. So what I'm getting as a status, this pipeline is successfully completed, but only because of one failure, complete status is like looking like this. Okay. Like cross sign on that. That's okay. Come back to the dashboard and check the status. What you are getting here status, see the weather report. Weather report says that one out of last five build. Okay. One out of last five build got failed. So you are getting like this cloud and the sun. Okay. This kind of sign. And if you can check the overall status, what I'm getting here, success, right? Final build, whatever it is executed, that is success. And here also you can see how many build we have executed. Total five builds we have executed. Out of five, one got failed, right? So this is what you are able to see. Here also you can open everything, but this is how you will able to see the whole result. Clear, everyone? How we are able to run the pipeline? But this is called declarative pipeline. Through the scripting, we are designing the pipeline. You know, when you have a plugin, through the plugin also you can design the pipeline. Let me cover last topic. Like, if you remember, I asked you to install a plugin. If you come to the plugin, there is one declaration or declarative pipeline plugin is available. Let me check in my install plugin because I have installed it already. And this is, yeah, pipeline declarative, right? Some declarative pipeline you need to install first. Let me check. Declarative. Yeah, pipeline declarative. I think this is the plugin I am already having, right? So whenever you have this plugin, how you can start with the declarative pipeline. So let me design here. Whenever, yeah, it's a delivery. I think not declarative, it's a delivery pipeline. So whenever you come to the dashboard, one more time. Now I'm trying to show you delivery pipeline directly. Means if you have a build job, one way what we have covered through the scripting part. Okay, you need to write that stage, pipeline, this kind of script. And you are able to set the pipeline. Another way is a delivery pipeline. So I'm just writing. Delivery pipeline, okay, pipeline. April 25. Fine. My name is Delivery Pipeline April 25. And what type of pipeline I'm creating? Delivery pipeline view for Jenkins pipeline. Okay, so you can select here type of that pipeline. So fine, I want delivery pipeline view and I will just click on create. But when we say create, it will just ask you some more detail. Okay, so I'm writing this is this is to this is delivery pipeline. Okay, pipeline for a project. Let's say hybrid framework. Okay, everyone, hybrid framework. And actually it is asking you number of pipeline instance means when you see the view now, at that time, how many pipeline status you wanted to check. So minimum three, five, any type you can write. Currently I'm writing, okay, three views are enough. Okay, means last three builds only you are able to see. Or you can change to five, doesn't matter. Okay, so currently let me give five. Okay. Then you can scroll down and they're asking some other information. I'm not changing number of columns and all. Let it be as it is. But here I need to make some changes. So I wanted to trigger that pipeline manually also. So I'm writing, okay, manual trigger. Enable start, new pipeline build. Then suppose I want enable rebuild also, allow canceling pipeline build, everything. Show commit message, show absolute date and time. Okay, fine. Show avatar means your profile. Show job description, everything I want. Show test result. I want this also. I want in my pipeline static result also. Total build time also I wanted to check. Use direct link to console the log. Everything I want. Okay. So I'm just selecting. So let me select all. Fine, no problem. And then you can scroll down and it is asking you, is it any file required? So no, currently I'm not taking any file. That's okay. But in the pipeline section, this is important. Add a component. You need to start with first initial job, everyone. What is your initial job? You need to start with this. So I will write test hybrid. My pipeline name is test hybrid. Okay, framework. And initial job is a build job only. I wanted to start with build job. And what is your final job? You can select from here. Final job is my deploy job. Agree? So at this moment, do you remember we have chained the jobs? Build job, then test a job, and then we have a deploy job. That is what we have did in the chaining concept. So if you chain the projects, then only you are able to do in this manner. So at this moment, it will not run your project directly. What it will run? The basic tester job which I have created. But let me show you this part. If I say add, I mean apply and OK. This time, everybody look at the screen. 5 total views. Currently, I have executed 4 times. Na? So by default, I'm getting this 4-time pipeline view. This is my test hybrid framework. And this is already triggered 4 times. If you wanted to start execution, right? So you can check under here also, my views. When you come to the my views, okay, let me come to here. Let me open the pipeline again. Array? No, I don't want new view. Let me come back to dashboard again. Just I have created delivery pipeline. Let me open it. Yeah. So currently this is my pipeline, right? If you, not my view, if you can check maybe in full screen, you will able to see in this manner. See, 4 times we have already executed the same jobs. And now we are trying to build it again, suppose. Let me build. When you start building, see new pipeline started. Build job will trigger first. After that, automatically it will run tester job. And see tester job is completed and it is moving to the deploy. But remember at this moment, in tester job, I'm not running my project. Got my point? It was just a previous setup. But suppose you wanted to run tester job here, you're with your project, right? What I'm going to do? I will just come to the Jenkins again, right? I will do what? I will just come to the hybrid framework. This I wanted to run, right? I will come to the configure and I will write. Run this after what? After build a job. Clear? So I'm just selecting after build a job, run this project. Let me apply. Let me save. Now see the benefit. If you come back to dashboard, just open your pipeline. Please have a look. See the pipeline, how beautiful it is now, correct, giving you the overview. When you will trigger now, what is happening? Now you have connected one more project under the tester job. Got my point? So whenever I start build, automatically it is running. See in the previous examples also now everywhere you can see the new more project is added. Let me click on this option. From the Jenkins, you have to click on this option here. It will start executing that job. And see, currently this blue color setter showing that it is running the jobs. See, hybrid framework started. So it will run your project now. Correct? See, it is running. So it's very interesting, pipeline concept is very, very interesting in the Jenkins. And this is how, guys, you will start. And all these details for the DevOps, that's enough. And see, finally deploy job is executing. So when you come to the full screen, you will see total run, total build time is 23 seconds. Every build job running at what time, what date, and how much time it has taken, everything you can see. See, for hybrid, I'm getting beautiful result. Total 4 test cases executed and status also you can see. So based on this, it is quite easy to monitor the pipeline too. Is that clear? Everything is possible in the Jenkins, and this is how you do. So I have covered two pipelines. This is a very smart way to observe the pipeline status. Because in the delivery pipeline, in the basic pipeline structure, what has happened? Whenever you run the pipeline, here you can see the status. But the more interesting view is what? Delivery pipeline. If you have a plugin, through the plugin, you will get all the details properly. Is this point clear to all? Yes? So what the topic we have covered in the Jenkins, go and watch the recording and try to complete all the practical. So that you will able to comfortable and you will able to understand also. So guys, Jenkins is very popular tool. Again, I'm repeating as per your, okay, we can say responsibilities as a tester. Only you need to understand how we can work with the Jenkins. Nothing else. So you need to understand how to create a job in Jenkins, how to run a job, different ways to trigger the build, how to create job chaining, and how to design the pipeline. That's it. Now this process is clear to all, how we are running the pipelines and all. So this is how. Great. So here we have completed our entire release on the Jenkins. And last topic I have taken delivery pipeline view also. So you can just schedule the pipeline and this is how the beautifully you are able to see the status also for that pipeline. So go for it, okay? Do practice. This is enough to understand about the Jenkins. So guys, let me log out from the Jenkins. Let me stop the server too. Control C to stop the server. Then you can close the server and then you can close the Jenkins. So Jenkins will automatically get closed whenever server will close. If you refresh the page, you will not able to access now. Fine. So far in the DevOps, Git training, Jenkins training we have completed. Now let me talk about third important training which is required for our project execution also. That's all about Docker. So guys, what is Docker? How we can use a Docker? We will see it later. But today I just wanted to cover Docker installation. So can anybody share a screen? I can guide you how to install. And one more point. At the time of Docker installation, you need to restart your machine also. Okay, so make sure that after restart, you are again joining the meeting and then we can continue with the next step. Fine. Okay, anybody is able to share a screen? Or I'll do one thing, guys. Recently, I have created one, one I can say video on a Docker, like how to install Docker. So can I share you that video? You will try the installation. Will that be fine? Because recently it is hardly 15-20 days ago. Let me just show you. So better I will share that link instead of time we are matching. Okay, we are writing here. Just go to my channel, Automation with Priyanka. When you come to this channel, here you can see all these setups I have did. Okay, so you just need to just do the Docker setup. So I think here I have started installation. Okay, installation part 1 here and here. Two videos are there. One video for 23 minutes. You can go for this video. And there I have mentioned about the Docker first. What exactly, just a minute, what exactly Docker it is. And if you can see, here I have explained you, okay, everything is I have explained here also, but I'm just expecting installation part. Means how exactly you are installing the Docker, so you need to start from this place. Okay. Let me show you steps. Okay, let me make it full screen again. And here, okay, here I have started the installation. The first step is very simple. As per your platform, you are selecting the Docker. And whenever you start, download it. After that, when you click on it, and it will start like this, okay, initializing and verifying. But at the last, it will ask you to restart your machine. Okay, out like instead of if you don't follow this step, it will not proceed, guys. So that's the reason. First, I created one particular video where I'm again showing the whole process, installation and all. And then you can go to the second video where the next process after restart, what to do, that is given. So tell me, if you're ready to share a screen, I can show you. Otherwise, you can just continue and do complete this all steps. Then only you will able to see that entire process. So anything is fine. Will you follow the recording and will you complete installation for the next session?
Yes, ma'am.
Better? Right. Only one change I need to explain. In the second video, what happened, that step I need to run extra. But let me tell you, whenever you restart, you will able to see this page, okay? After that, what happened? If you can see, there is one by default, okay, one background command is command prompt is open. Actually, you do one thing. First of all, come to here and they're actually asking you just press any key to start installation. There is actually Linux environment you will get automatically. What I did at that time, I missed this step and later on I need to run the separate command. Okay, so let me show you. Later on, I have just executed separate command and see that this kind of issue I got. If you don't press the key initially, you will get this issue. But there is a solution. Even though you are on this page, then what you can do, you can just open a command prompt. I'll show you what I did at that time. See, I open the command prompt and I return that same command again. But just to skip this part, I will suggest initially when you see that command prompt, right? It is just asking you press any key. So just press any key and it will start installation. Whenever this step is completed, then you can continue with the next step, sign up and all. So your Docker engine should be on and then only you are able to proceed. Okay, so follow this step properly and just complete installation and do not interrupt installation in between. It might take almost 30 minutes, okay, to complete the whole process and all. And then only you will see the Docker is ready. So you will able to see confirmation at the end. Just try for Docker hyphen hyphen version command and you will see which version is available on this machine. Okay, so this is the statement and see when I have attached, I think 3 weeks ago, right? I have added these videos. So try this everyone. Better, I'll just send you the links. Yeah, I'll send you the link in the group, WhatsApp group directly. Fine. So do complete installation for a Docker and we will continue our next session Monday. So I will not take any installation on the Monday. I will directly show you the purpose of Docker, what Docker it is, and how we can process with the Docker. Fine? Great. So let's start the session for today and we will continue remaining topics on the Monday. Remember what the topics are left. On Monday, if Docker is ready, I'll show you grid setup first. Then I will come to the hybrid framework. I'll show you how to generate reports using Docker. Okay, that part is left. So I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 sessions I need only on a Docker. Once the Docker part will over, from Thursday we'll be starting with Cucumber framework. Cucumber required 2-3 days, guys. Okay, so Cucumber is very simple framework, stored framework, but 2-3 days we can assume. So it's like okay, Thursday if we consider the 24, 25, and 28, that will be required for only Cucumber. And after that, next week you will be having training for API testing and mobile application testing. So almost, I told you, first week of May be required and then your sessions will over. But all these topics are important and even you can repeat everything in my new batch also. Fine? And one more point. I added one more point. Okay, in new batch, I will be training you on a Cypress, JavaScript, and the Playwright. So already those have taken the admission for this batch. You all people can attain JavaScript, Cypress, and Playwright also. Is that clear? So that new tool without any cost, I will be delivering the training. Fine. That's the advantage for you. Okay. Chalo. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Take care. And we will continue remaining topics in the next class. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice day.